Hello everyone out there, how are you all doing? I'm Kate Hill. I'm bringing you the best, unbiased and honest commentary on property, along with fantastic hints and tips. Stay tuned for all your latest property news. Interest rate rises are unlikely to break the housing market or lead to a recession, according to Goldman Sachs. Its lead economists expect the RBA to increase the cash rate to 4.1% by early next year to bring inflation down. They say that while higher interest rates may cause some house prices to fall, they do not believe it will be to an extent that many borrowers will be faced with negative equity. They believe that Australia will avoid recession because so many businesses have returned to normal operations since the end of COVID lockdowns, and population is continuing to grow. They say that the gains in the past 2 years mean that very few homeowners will fall into negative equity or default, even if house prices do decline somewhat. According to CoreLogic, the capital city average house price has fallen 3% in the past 12 months, although several capital cities and all regional markets have recorded annual rises. You'll note that Sydney and Melbourne bring that whole average down. Both PropTrack and SQM Research record higher national prices than a year ago. It all depends on the data source. The number of properties offered for auction continues to rise, with a 4.4% increase in homes under the hammer last week, but clearance rates have improved. CoreLogic figures show that it was the biggest auction weekend since late June, with 2,266 properties put to auction. The national clearance rate rose by 3 percentage points to 63%. Sydney had the highest clearance rate of 67% with 766 auctions, while Melbourne, which had the largest number of properties for auction at 981, had a clearance rate of 65.5%, 3.2 percentage points higher than last week. Adelaide's clearance rate on the 157 properties was 61%, Canberra's was 51%, and Brisbane was 50%. In Perth, 5 of the 22 auctions followed up by CoreLogic sold under the hammer, while both properties auctioned in Tasmania sold. The number of properties being offered for auction is increasing, but figures remain almost 40% below the same time last year. Australia is likely to fall short of that 1 million new homes the federal government hopes to be delivered within the next 5 years. Forecasts by the Housing Industry Association predict that work will start on only 970,000 new homes during the period. The HIA's National Outlook Spring 22 report warns that further interest rate increases could impact on the number of new homes delivered, which will put upward pressure on house prices and rents. No doubt about it. It says that the longer construction times are already slowing the delivery of new apartments, and that will become worse if further rate rises affect investment. If the RBA continues to increase the cash rate in 23, this forecast will be downgraded, and the challenge of building 1 million homes will become increasingly difficult, it says. HIA senior economists say that the solution could be to give grants to local governments to help expedite land releases. This, they say, will effectively reduce prices and encourage house and land purchases. Continuing demand for workers in regional Australia could lead to a further surge in property markets, according to a new report. The latest Regional Movers Index shows quarterly migration flows to regional areas have averaged about 15% higher in the 12 months to September 2022 compared with the 2 years before the pandemic. The report says that the top regional areas people are moving to for job opportunities are the Sunshine Coast, Geelong and the Surf Coast, the Illawarra, Newcastle and the Gold Coast. The Commonwealth Bank says that jobs advertised in those areas have grown between 30% and 50% in the past 12 months. CommBank says for those LGAs experiencing the largest growth rate from capital to regional migration, job vacancies increased from 20 to 30%. Regional Australia Institute Chief Executive says that the report shows that people are still voting with their feet. We need to ensure that regional Australia can accommodate this continuing trend, specifically around housing and essential services, they have said. Now, I will keep you posted on all things property from around Australia and occasionally beyond as our year keeps to a close and well into 23. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me a little like if you're enjoying all the free content. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.